What's up guys, Z here, and I wanted to go over real briefly the new quality of life stuff that was in Season 10. It was in PTR, and then it was in non-seasonal for about a week. But one of the main things was the armory. It's pretty cool. You have a bunch of tabs here, and you can save whatever you're wearing. So for example, if I wanted to do this, call it a test build, and then throw it in there. You click the little eyeball, it tells you every single thing you're wearing, all your skills, and all your Kanai Cube powers. This is pretty cool. You can go through different builds super quick, super easily. I honestly wish that this was in here from the beginning of the game when it actually launched. Another thing you'll notice is in the stash there are no crafting mats. And that is because if you click this little anvil in your inventory, they're all right here. So this is also something I believe that should have been implemented right off the bat, but I'm glad it's here now. It makes it that much better. Like I said, it's a quality of life improvement. So anyways, as you can see, I am playing a Demon Hunter, and I'm going to be doing the Demon Hunter for the Marauders set. I have not actually ever used the Marauders set. I've always done Unhallowed Essence or Grenades or Fan of Knives or whatever it may be, but I haven't done the Marauders set yet. As you can see, I will get all my companions at once. My sentries will deal increased damage, and they will cast multi-shot or whatever I would like to be using, cluster arrow. And then the more sentries I have down will boost up the 6-set bonus of all of those abilities will deal 1200% increased damage for every active sentry. So the more sentries I have down, the more damage I'm dealing, and they're all shooting the same thing as me. I feel like it has the potential to be more powerful than Unhallowed Essence, but I'm not positive because, as I said, Unhallowed Essence is kind of my thing with the Demon Hunter, and I have not used Marauder even though they're quite similar. But that is going to be what I'm going for this season. So anyways, we'll hop into a little Nef Rift real quick, and I'm just leveling up my character. Been pretty busy, so I don't have him at 70 yet. But anyways, it's the Season 10 is the first one that's on the consoles, I believe, since ever, as far as I know. I mean, I don't play it on console, but I believe that Season 10 is the first one that is on PC and console, which is cool because if you're a console player, I mean, the seasons are actually really fun. It kind of breathes new life into the game, gives you challenges, gives you some new rewards that you wouldn't get otherwise. It's not too shabby. I could see how that would be a really needed addition for the console players. Let me throw down some traps here and mess this dude up. What is that called? Strafe, right? Yeah. I don't really use builds with Strafe, to be honest, but it's not too shabby, at least in the low difficulty settings. It does pretty good damage. But I mean, like I said, this is pretty weak enemies, honestly. But yeah, I've been gone for a while. I'm sorry about that. Life is pretty busy sometimes when you're an adult and you have responsibilities and such. It gets a little bit rough, but I know that's not what you want to hear. You just want to see some cool Diablo content. So nevertheless, we are here. We are back. It is fun. I would like to keep up with this a little bit more and show you my progress with the Season 10, which I'm actually very excited about Season 10. Because Season 8 for me was super boring. No offense, Blizzard. It was really boring. There was nothing new whatsoever. Season 9 was better. But Season 10 is what I've been really waiting for. More quality of life improvements. And I can't tell you how much of a difference just this makes. And I can't show you yet because I don't have Kanai's Cube unlocked on this character. But when you go to Kanai's Cube, you can just pick the little recipe button at the bottom left or bottom right hand side on the menu when you open it, and it will just you can click the fill button and it will fill for whatever recipe you want, and it's so much easier than splitting stacks in your stash. That was such a pain in the butt. I hated doing recipes simply for that fact that it took so much time and aggravation splitting all your stacks and getting the right amount of everything just so you could do the recipe. It was so obnoxious, but I'm glad they finally fixed that issue. I mean, that makes a huge difference to me. I'm sure tons of other people are feeling the same way. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when I pick up crafting mats and gold, there will be a little graphical indicator right on top of my character, just like the healing and the damage. So if I find some more gold here, okay, see how the gold just ticked up above my head? That's another little graphic that's more indicative of you actually picking something up, so you know you actually got it. I like that as well. I'm also very, very much looking forward to the Necromancer. I still don't think it should be a pay-to-use character, but I'm glad that it doesn't matter if you, like, let's say my buddy has the Necromancer and I didn't have the Necromancer yet. We could still play together with all the same content and it would be no restrictions, which is very, very good of them to do, because not everybody's going to have the cash or the want to get the character right off the bat or at all. So I'm glad that they're not making it restricted in that respect. But I am absolutely looking forward to the Necromancer. I will absolutely be getting the Necromancer. It was one of my favorite classes of all time in Diablo 2. And we will be making one as soon as it is available. And I'm very excited. I realized after watching a lot of the little tidbits, clips of it, it's going to be very melee oriented, which is very interesting, having a caster be up in your face as opposed to in the background. That's pretty cool, pretty cool. But yeah, this Demon Hunter is still a fledgling, honestly. I mean, he's going to be crap until I get to 70, as most characters are pretty underpowered when it comes to being under 70. And I've stated it before in many of my other videos that basically this game, if it wants to improve something that I think it could use heavily, is the mid-game, early game, mid-game progress. It's not that it takes a long time to level up or anything. It's just there's not a whole lot to do. Sorry, I'm reading these at the same time. I think I'll just do this one. It's good enough for now. I don't really care at this point. Yeah, we'll do the Blood Moon. It's kind of like a fail-safe for me. I'll do Hatred so I can do more strafing because it kills them quickly. That's fine. I'm not using sentries yet because I don't have any of the build at all, so it doesn't really matter too much. Movement speed increased to 100. I'm going to leave this on because then I walk all over them and they die. The Icy Trail. And we are good to go. Sorry, yes. Progress with this character will be documented. I hope to have him to 70 within a day or two. It shouldn't be that hard. Getting to 70 is not very difficult. But as I was saying, if Blizzard wanted to do something to make the mid and early game a lot more entertaining, I feel like the game would be better overall because it tailors extremely heavily to the late game. And not that that's bad, because I like late game in this one. You know, with the Paragons and all the challenges and, you know, pushing Greater Rifts harder and harder. I believe two things that they could do to improve. They need something that's, you know, more of a challenge than a regular Greater Rift. I know that the difficulty keeps increasing, but it can get stale at times if that's all you're doing. Just the same thing with a little bit harder enemies. It's just not the same thing as like actual objective challenges or specific types of enemies that's the only place you can see them in, etc. So I think that they need to improve the mid and early game with something. I don't know what exactly. I'm not a game developer. I don't claim to be so. I wouldn't be able to do it better than them or any such claim. But I still just feel like it's slightly lacking in some way, because nobody really cares about any of the levels besides 70 and up. Like, nobody really cares. It doesn't matter what you're wearing so much. You just get the highest damage weapon and you go for it, and that's pretty much all you do. You know, I'm not really caring about picking up like every little thing. The only thing I care about picking up is stuff for crafting mats to break it down with my blacksmith. And other than that, I just kind of run through. I don't care about the gold because it's negligible. It doesn't really help or hurt in any way. I don't know. I think that Season 10 is almost like a new beginning for Diablo 3, though. It feels like it should have been like this the entire time. Like, launch day should have had these quality of life changes. But I can't hate too much. We got it now. I'm happy. it makes a big difference. It really does. So let's enjoy what we got and try to get as far as we can in the season. And we'll see how it goes. I'm really curious to see if Marauder is going to be much stronger than Unhallowed Essence, or about the same, or maybe even weaker. I don't really know yet. So we're going to have to see how it compares. Oh, I heard a treasure goblin somewhere. Where are you at? Here you are. I'm going to get him because he might have some cool stuff. Alright, we got him. Got a legendary helmet. That's not too bad. Let's throw some bombs down on Skeleton King and we will wipe him out, no problem. Easy peasy. If you're wondering why I'm playing on an easy setting, it's because I would prefer to move through the rifts quickly rather than take a long time to fight slightly harder, like if I'm in Torment 1 or Master or something like that. I would rather just run through hard, get just that little XP boost, but move quickly. I don't know, it just feels better to me. But to each their own. But anyway, guys, that's my plan. Marauder build, at least for the beginning of the season. See how it does. I'm curious to compare it to my Unhallowed Essence set that I have on my non-seasonal, which was back from like season 7 or 6 or something. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are having fun with Season 10. Get your friends together, play some. The quality of life is so much better, as I stated. It makes the game that much better. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.